Hi guys, welcome back for another one. Today is probably going to be a little bit of a shorter video as I want to help players build and prepare for gamma raids. Now, I want to be crystal clear. I don't think this is a game mode that players should really beeline for or make a high priority, as I do think the base raids of Ultimates into Doom raids should be every player's #1 priority. The rewards you guys get for those, it way outweighs the rewards you guys get for gamma raids. They are important, they're just not that significantly important. But I want to help players get from beginning of gamma raids, like who do I first unlock, and so forth, to how do I go through auto. Now this video will have infographics in it that will go to my Discord sometime later in the day of this film coming live on YouTube. But I think it's important to put a little context behind these infographics as something to easily reference in case people have questions. Now before I jump into these infographics to tell you guys who you should build, I really want to give Alliances tips of how to handle this raid, because a lot of times what I see a lot of from players that reach out to me for roster reviews, yes, another series I do on my channel, please check those out. Or, if you're curious if you're officially building towards a specific game mode, reach out to me and fill out an application. But anyways, back to the point. The #1 thing I see is that they will assign sometimes new members or whatever lanes that are extremely difficult that don't make sense with their roster. Now I understand that there may be a little lack of transparency of what people have. One of the greatest tools out there is if your alliance is able to put your rosters on msf.gg, it makes alliance leaders really easy to reference. But what I'm seeing is sometimes is that the hardest lane currently to run is these three sections right here with Pimtech and Wakandan. And what I see a lot is alliance leader give these lanes out without even realizing that this takes proper red stars to really deal with. So you don't want to give this lane to someone who has low red stars on characters like Shuri, Ghost, Killmonger, Stature, Yellow Jacket, Black Panther, as those are typically like successful characters for this lane. And if you give that to someone with low red stars, you guys are handicapping your alliance to get through this. This lane really needs to be assigned to someone who got lucky pulls and red stars for at least 5 of those characters that I just mentioned. Probably most definitely Ghost and Shuri, which we'll get into when we get into the infographics. But just saying that, you got the alliance leaders, captains over there, you really got to figure out what your alliance has and assign lanes appropriately. I know everybody wants to do the easy ones, but making someone invest in characters they don't have high red stars in or making them forced to use promotional credits is not helping your alliance out in the long run. Please take that into consideration when assigning lanes to your teammates. So based on the lane that you run, you either have lanes 1 or 8, which are these ones here where it starts with Avenger, Guardian to Pimtech Kree, and then everyone pretty much does the same thing at the end. Lane 2 and 7, which have Avenger Spiderverse, which then goes Pimtech Quantum, which I just mentioned. Then you have lanes 3 and 6, which is Shield, Brotherhood, AIM, which then goes into Defender, Mercenaries, Heroes for Hire, and then up. And then you have what I call lanes 4 and 5, which is pretty much the same thing going through here, but you basically do aim and shield, and then you just go straight up through the middle, Defender, Hydra, Heroes for Hire. So that's kind of how typically these lanes work. So with that said, let's jump into the infographics. All right, then here is the infographic. So basically there is a key at the very bottom, as you can see in the infographic. So I did have gamma raid up before, definitely had to update it, get it more condensed. So a lot of characters here don't show. So basically how I've broken down here is that there's each section. So lanes 1 and 8, you start off with Avenger Guardians, you go into Kree Pimtech, then you run into Brotherhood, Mercs, and X-Men. 4th section you have Guardians, Kree, and Spiderverse. So if the character is in blue, let's start with blue here, meaning it's an early grab, which means that they're characters that are relatively early in Marvel Strike Force, so you're able to grab them early, and maybe someone you might have to invest in to hold you over till you get to the better characters. Optional characters, these are ones that can make your final 5 in some cases, or in some cases are good replacements or characters to use in like one node to help you get through it, if that's the case. The circumstances do change, and I will get into each one. And then green is your final 5 or the final characters you need, or in some cases the characters you definitely need to be able to auto 4.3 with the right investment. So another thing you see over here, I have auto and in testing. So if the text is highlighted in green like here, that means that the characters that are highlighted in green along with the characters that are in yellow are able to auto that content. If it's in yellow, it means that it still has not been proven that it can auto those nodes. It's a very tough thing to be able to prove some things are auto because some people just don't trust the system, which I don't blame them. But some of these have been proven. You can flip it in auto and there's no repercussions. You don't have to worry about anything with the right investment. Very important. So section 1, Avengers Guardians. Yes, Secret Avengers are viable for this lane. Trust me, this is the lane that I run personally. Yeah, since these guys have come to the game, it's auto territory, these first couple nodes. You put these 3 in, and you don't have to worry about Spiderverse for the boss node, which I don't really get into the boss nodes here, but you guys can combine the information between lanes and figure out if there's a better option of characters for the boss node. But anyways, if you have these 3 properly invested in, it doesn't matter which 2 of these 4 characters that you invest in, you're going to be able to auto. But I would put an asterisk beside Hawkeye. Don't do Hawkeye unless you're going to do Black Widow. Some of the early feedback I got was, Gamora should be in green, but if Gamora alone in this team, if you replace one of the Secret Avengers, she cannot auto the lane. When she gets empowered, she can one-shot all these characters on 4.3, but she doesn't start empowered and she has to lose all the charges to become empowered. And that's the main reason why she's optional, because I found in testing with less investment, Sharon Carter actually hits harder than Gamora, non-empowered. So definitely go that route, and that's probably the one I'm going to get the most explanation on. So next, let's move on to Kree Pimtech. The characters that are locked in green are the ones you want: Falavel, Minerva, Ghost, and Captain Marvel. Then you can plug and play whoever has, I would go with whoever has the higher red stars. And if one of these characters don't have the highest red star, then I definitely would go with the 5 red Ultimus. But if you have 6 red on Statue or Yellow Jacket, I'd probably recommend it. Ronin, I've heard cases of Ronin, and I've also heard cases of Kree Noble. I put Kree Noble in the ends, put beside Falavel, and Falavel just basically is able to assist on Kree Noble special. I heard that works from another person, so that's why an optional. But really, I would go with whoever has the higher red stars. Once again, yellow text, can auto. Next up, Astonishing X-Men, guys. This lane is across the board for everybody. If X-Men's an option, Astonishing X-Men, it's auto territory. Right investment, Astonishing X-Men, you can flip it in auto, walk away. And that's ultimately what I'm trying to help you guys do, is build towards saving time and saving screen time and being able to do something without having to commit your eyeballs to the screen and it getting done. So definitely some other options there, but definitely Astonishing X-Men get the job done. Everyone else, not so much. In the 4th section currently, it is Spiderverse. I haven't had any reports of them being able to auto straight from where their nodes start till the end, so they are in yellow. There are some other great options there. I don't know if this is always going to stand. We'll have to wait to see. Next lane, Avengers Spiderverse. So Secret Avengers in green, Spiderverse characters in green, symbiotes specifically. Either way you go here, either Secret Avengers or symbiotes. If you have Anti-Venom and Symbiote Spider-Man, symbiotes are the way to go, because not only can you do them in the first, you can also do them in last. You're going to naturally build up Secret Avengers anyway, so this is a really tough one. You can go either direction. Secret Avengers is the auto territory. Spider-Verse, I don't have definitive reports that they can auto. I think they can with the right investment, but I don't have full reports on that. Pimtech Wakandan, it's basically Ghost, Shuri, and like I said earlier, there's your 4 characters. The 3 have the highest red stars on, the ones that should go. Once again, your line slayer should be looking at everyone's Wakandans and Pimtech and picking the players to run those lines that have the better red star pools. It makes a lot more sense, but for some captains and leaders, for some reason, they rather just fish it out to newbies. And I'm not going to keep covering the last 2 sections. Astonishing X-Men, symbiotes, Astonishing X-Men auto, symbiotes, not proven yet. 3rd and 6th lane, so here we have S.H.I.E.L.D. and Brotherhood. Ultimately, go S.H.I.E.L.D. for this one. Maria Hill, Hawkeye, Black Widow, Captain America, then whoever you want your 5th to be. Once again, I'd probably go with whoever has the higher red stars. I would lean towards Fury and Coulson if they do have proper red stars over Magneto. Next section, Defenders, Heroes for Hire, Mercs. This is straight up Heroes for Hire. No one else has. I'm hearing good things about Heroes for Hire. Don't have a whole lot of confirmation if they're able to auto yet or not, but definitely Heroes for Hire is the way to go. Luke Cage and Iron Fist will not work in these lanes without the rest of the Heroes for Hire. So if you're not doing full Heroes for Hire, don't max out Iron Fist and Luke Cage, because they're not going to get the job done. Oh, and if you're not bringing Shang-Chi, good luck. And once again, 3rd and 4th section, hopefully I don't have to repeat myself. And then the last infographic, lanes 4 and 5, aim and shield. Just like for the last one, you definitely go Maria Hill, Hawkeye, Black Widow, Captain America, and then You do have an option of yo-yo in this one, but if you're going to bring a yo-yo, you may want to drop Captain America and run like Coulson. But don't consider this unless you have really good red star pulls on yo-yo. Which, now saying it out loud, I probably should have made Captain America yellow, so hopefully you guys got that from this video. And yeah, I should probably change that. So second section, Heroes for Hire is a must. You can run some other mixtures of Hydra, but Heroes for Hire are going to get the job done at a lot lower collection power than everybody else. The good thing about this lane is that you can run Heroes for Hire again in the third section, going in, and then you just end with Spiderverse. Once again, you don't have any autos here in this lane currently. The only drawback of running this lane, but you only have to build up 3 teams instead of 4. And that's how you can run gamma raids from the start and the whole way to the point where you can auto the nodes. And I'm going to try to do this for other raids and other content and other game modes, helping you guys really just min-max this game as best as possible, even if it's the smallest stuff. But with that said, guys, if you enjoyed this video, do me a huge favor, hit that thumbs up button. If you're new and haven't done so already, hit that subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye.